Raise a very important point that whatever happens in America does influence what happens out here. But Jamaica's central bank policy rates, as everyone knows, those are the rates that the central bank lends to commercial banks, and it's a tool, commercial banks, and it's a tool for controlling monetary policy. So when the rates go up, borrowing becomes more expensive and it reduces consumer spending, business investment, slowing down economic growth, etc. So, lowering the policy rate, it makes the borrowing cheaper, stimulates spending and investment, and it can boost economic growth and increase inflation. So, Jamaica's policy rate, as you know, has remained at 7% since November 2022. So it's been almost 2 years since the rate has changed. The next monetary policy announcement in Jamaica is actually scheduled for August 20, so next week. And people are waiting with bated breath to see what's supposed to happen. Most are predicting, based on Governor Byryl's recent statement, that the rates will come down at 7% for 2 years. And as you know, before COVID, the rates were, when COVID hit in March 2020, the rate was at 0.5%. Not 5%, 0.5%.
0.5, a record low.
0.5, a record low for Jamaica. So now, now that it's at 7%, it's not anticipated to go back as low as 0.5%. That's very low. However,
at least not immediately.
Not immediately, or not in the near future. And Governor Byryl's spoke about this in his latest address to Parliament, that it's not expected to go at that low, but it is expected to come down because 7% is high. And if you think about Jamaica's target inflation, which is between 4 to 6%, that inflation is what usually drives whether or not the rate.
What's up, everyone? I hope you are all doing great. So this is Irene_Jep, and guys, welcome back to our channel. So, my good people, when Hurricane Beryl slammed into Jamaica, it did more than just alter landscapes. It threatened to uproot an entire economy. But what happens when a nation refuses to bend in the face of adversity? In the heart of this storm's aftermath, a bold move by the Bank of Jamaica might just be the lifeline the country needed. Join us today as we get into the eye of the storm and beyond, where interest rates drop and hopes rises. This isn't just a story of survival, it's about thriving against the odds. So, my video will start from this hair brand, the Ragan Nuts. How many of you use the Ragan Nuts? You know, today, actually not really today, nowadays I feel so attached to Jamaicans. I mean, I see the kind of love that we receive from you, like not just specifically me, but the love from Jamaicans to Africans, you know, it is so intense and so great. Even my latest video, it is what inspired me to again do another Jamaican video, or a video about Jamaica in general, just to show the love, you know, just to show love. And that is because you also show us a lot of love. So I want to talk about this hair brand, which we are told it's not just an hair brand, it's a movement of its own, you know. And this hair brand was started by a particular lady, just from trying to solve the client's problem. So the product has been there for the last 30 years, or the founder has been there for the last 30 years, and nowadays she works hand in hand with the daughter. So I am talking about Ragan Nuts. I hope I am pronouncing it well, guys. So today, as I had already told you, we are going to start with that, and then we head over to the story of the Bank of Jamaica, where they want to lower the interest rates so that it can at least stimulate the economy or boost the economy. So as we have already said, this air brand had made a couple of airwaves in Jamaica and beyond, So we are told by the founder that it's not just an air product, it's a movement that encourages or empowers people to appreciate or embrace their natural beauty. Raga comes from the Rastafarian culture, while the nuts speaks of the natural herbs and spices that are used to make this product, So Ragan Nuts was born out of a unique blend of tradition and science, and it was founded by a dynamic duo, Will McCaff and her daughter Sharika Anderson. And what we are told is that this brand is all about bringing natural, effective hair care solution to the world while trying to stay true to the Jamaican roots or Jamaican traditions. That is all that matters to them, And we are actually told, according to reports outside here, is that one of their best sellers product is the Slap Ayuv African. I don't know how to pronounce that, but I hope I have known how to do that. But anyway, you can still comment down below to let me know if I am almost knowing how to pronounce Jamaican words and all that. So we are told that the Ayuv African, I think it's something like that, hair serum is a perfect example of the innovation approach. And we are told that this serum combines over 25 herbs and oils, making it a go-to solution for thickening hair and promoting growth and even tackling issues like alopecia. Alopecia is loss of hair. Like even me, I suffer from that condition, alopecia, Anyway, let's talk about Sharika, or is it Sharika, the daughter of the founder of Ragan Nuts. By profession, she is a civil engineer, and finding herself in this kind of business, it just suits. Like, it's totally the best. So of course she got the inspiration from the mother, because they started from when they were in their farm there in St. Catherine's, and then until today they work together over and over, So today the Jamaican Observer, it's an article, it's a website, and I think at the same time it's a magazine there. They did an interview with the founder and the daughters, and they talked a lot of, or they highlighted a lot of good stuffs, and one is going global. At the moment they are so good in terms of selling their products online, and big up Jamaica for embracing online stuffs and all that. Africans, I don't know why we are segregated in such a way that they believe that you are not good enough for some of the things and all that. But anyway, let's just hope for the best. So they talked about the journey of Ragan Nuts, and how the brand came to life, what drives its success, and where it is headed at the moment. And they said that their product is inspired by traditions from the Indian, African, and Jamaican herbs at the same time. So actually they began in the year 2020, and that was in August 2020. So up to August 2024, how many years are those? Around 4 or 5 years. It's a very young company, but it has had a tremendous support, just because they've been able to be incorporated in some kind of partnership with big organizations, and they have gotten this huge and massive support. So one of those collaborations was from the Jamaica Business Development Corporation, which works together with public, private, and all that entities, and it's a great boost if you are part of them. So of course, if you are outside there, challenges are common, and one of the challenges that this company faces is raw materials, but in order to curb it, they're actually being hopeful that, you know what, the government is going to make spaces for the land so that people can grow more raw materials there, and then at the end of the day they can be able to source it locally rather than, you know, importing, because, you know, there is a product even that they import from Africa, you know, which is used to make the gel that helps entangle the hair, you know. So that is all about this particular story about the Ragan Nuts. You know, they were interviewed today, the 18th of August 2024, and I thought it was to also come and talk about this. You know, Jamaica, we love you to the moon and back, yeah, something like that. And now I want us to talk about the story of, you know, the Bank of Jamaica trying to lower the interest rate so that it can stimulate the economy. So what we are going to discuss now is how the Jamaican bank, which is the Bank of Jamaica, which is planning to respond to Hurricane Beryl's impact on the economy. So before I get into that, let's talk about this Hurricane Beryl, because I understand so far there have been 2 Hurricane Beryls, one in 2018 and one in 2024, which just happened recently, and we saw the adverse effect or impact which it caused on Jamaicans physically, infrastructurally, economically, and all that. So we are going to talk about the Hurricane Beryl 2024, basically, which caused damages to infrastructure, agriculture, and homes in general. So before I talk about what the chairman of the Economic Program Oversight Committee tried to push the government to do, or the bank to do, on lowering the interest, let me talk more about Hurricane Beryl, which left a devastating effect on Jamaica, not just physically, but also like physically destroying it or distracting it, but also economically. And that being said, in the wake of Hurricane Beryl, the Jamaican economy is facing predictable challenges, from disrupted supply chains to damage in key sectors like agriculture and tourism. The ripple effects are felt across the island. The Bank of Jamaica, understanding the severity of the situation, has made the strategic decision to reduce interest rates, and that is now hopefully this coming week. So by lowering the interest rates, of course, the bank aims to stimulate the economy, and we all know that when the interest rates are lower, or when the borrowing rates are lower or costs are lower, it encourages businesses to invest in rebuilding and expansion at the same time, while also making it easier for individuals to access credits during this difficult time. So I will say that this move is calculated, or it is a calculated effort to prevent deeper economic decline and to ensure that recovery is within reach for everybody, not just the upper class, but also the middle class and the rest of the people, you know. So I want us to have a look at this visual representation of the hypothetical interest rate for the Bank of Jamaica after Hurricane Beryl. So as you can see on the chart, you know, it illustrates a gradual increase in interest rates leading up to July 2024, followed by a sudden drop, which is indicated by the red dashed line. This drop represents the bank's decision to lower rates in an effort to stimulate economic activity following the hurricane's impact. So for many small businesses, particularly those in the hardest hit areas, this reduction in interest rates could be the difference between survival and closure. It's also a critical lifeline for homeowners needing to repair or rebuild their homes. But what I know is that it's not just about immediate relief. The Bank of Jamaica strategy also involves supporting long-term economic stability by keeping the cost of borrowing low and helping to sustain consumer spending and business investments, which are key drivers of economic growth. So, my good people, today, the 18th of August 2024, the chairman of Economic Program Oversight Committee, Keith Duncan, I hope I pronounce it well, yeah. So this guy actually appeared in Jamaican Observer. He actually gave out his sentiments, his opinion about the bank having to be quick on lowering the interest rate so that at least people can be able to borrow loans, can be able to rebuild themselves, and the economy can be at a position where everybody is feeling comfortable. So this guy suggested that the Bank of Jamaica should be able or should cut interest rates so as to curb the effects of Hurricane Beryl on the economy, So the Economic Program Oversight Committee is an overall entity that oversees how tax are collected and how it is also spent by the government. So what the chairman is basically doing, Mr. Keith Duncan, is to pressurize the Bank of Jamaica to ensure that, by Tuesday, low interest rates should take effect, so that at least people can be at a position where they can be able to manage their businesses, because, some are at the verge of closing their businesses. And, what he's advocating for, a rate of, he wants the interest rates to be lowered from 7% to 0.25%. I don't know if it will be possible, guys. Do you think it's going to be possible on that? So he said that due to high interest rates, of course, businesses have had or have reported a slowdown in consumer spending, and also, loans. When it comes to loans being paid, they're not being paid in due time, or if it's paying, they're paying it past due dates, which is, of course, affecting the economy of Jamaica. So what do you think, guys? Because they are on a seminar from Friday up to Monday, and they are hoping that by Tuesday things will be getting better, So thank you so much for watching this video, and subscribe for more inspiring stories. And if you watched up to this point, thank you very much. So see you in the next video.